Big weekend ahead for Jacksonville State Volleyball. They start a 5-game road trip in Ohio Valley Conference play, and it begins Friday night at the league leaders at Murray State. Then Saturday afternoon, the road trip continues at Austin Peay. Before we get to that, let's back up a little bit and go back to last weekend. Lost a tough one here at home Friday night, Morehead State. Then you come back. I think it showed some maturity while you came back and beat a good Eastern Kentucky team in 5 sets. And then on Tuesday night of this week, then in straight sets, you took care of Alabama State, a team that took you to 5 sets earlier in the year.
Yeah, Friday night was really disappointing. We didn't play well. That's the worst we've played in a long time. And, I was kind of worried about Saturday after Friday night's performance, but we stepped up Saturday, did a really nice job. I was really happy with how we came out and, getting a win with that one. If someone would have told me we were splitting, I would have completely thought it would have been flip-flop. But we did split. That was important for us for the conference. And then last night, we came out. We played really well in games 1 and 3, and dominated the match. And, I think that helped get us ready for the weekend.
Nicole Merget in the match against Alabama State, 16 kills and hit almost 800. It's been a while since you've had somebody, I guess, with those numbers. Right?
Well, she had that one error, so we're going to do some sprints for that today. She had 789 and 16 kills, 19 swings and an error. That's incredible. The big compliment to her is she worked hard to get swings. To transition into the slide, is really tough, and it takes a lot of work, and she did that. So I was really happy for her. It was really, really good to see her go and do that.
Hopefully that's a good sign for what's coming this weekend at Murray and Austin Peay.
Yeah, hopefully. One of the big things for us to be able to do that is our passing. So not only to compliment Nicole, our ball control last night was really good.
All right, this weekend, Murray State's got a 2-game lead over you. You're in 3rd place. To have any chance at winning the league, it's a must-win against them Friday night, correct?
Yeah, if we're going to win the regular season, we have to win Friday night. But I'm not concerned about that, to be completely honest with you. We're going to go play hard like we always do. And they're really good. I've been watching the last 2 nights I'm on film. They got some really good players. I think it's going to be good for us to see them. So if we do run up against them in the conference tournament, then we'll know what they do and be more prepared.
They have, 1 loss in the league going in. And your division, you play everybody home and home, and then the other side, you play half at home and half on the road. So that's the way this works out. And then Austin Peay on Saturday, that won't be easy either, will it?
Well, no, Austin Peay, unfortunately for them, last weekend they lost 2 matches, but they had their best player get hurt. Now she's back playing. She'll be, playing this weekend. So, it'll be tough for them, or they'll be better than what they played last weekend, as a team. But they're right there, and they're going to be in the tournament too. So, no, it's a really tough weekend, and to play them on the road, and they're on the other side. And, it's really interesting if you look at how our conference plays out. Our side, all of our teams are battling for it, and their side, it's those two. So, it's a tough stretch for us, but I'm looking forward to it.
We still got a long way to go. But with the 7 wins, you think you probably have secured a postseason spot at this time?
Coming in, we thought 7 was the number. And, this weekend will really shake things out depending on how some other teams do. But I think we're in at 7. If we win 1 more, 8 definitely gets us in. But I think 7 will get us in, yeah.
This weekend starts a 5-game road trip in the league. And anywhere you've been in conference play, have you ever had a 5-game trip like this?
Yeah, no, not like this. My stuff's just packed. I'm just going to leave it packed and, just kind of travel from hotel to hotel for the next 3 weeks. But, no, I've never done it like this. I've never had this experience. So, the nice thing was we started the season with all those at home, and we took advantage of it. So now if we could go and steal a couple, I'd like to steal, I'd like to win them all. But if we could steal 3 in the next 5 matches, I'd take that and smile.
Did it play to your advantage to some degree? New coach, new team, basically, to have the home matches like that and to get some wins and build some confidence?
I think it did. I think our crowd here has been great all year. So, yeah, I think winning those ones at home at the beginning really, really took care of the thought process of us being good. One of the things is confidence. You know that. You've been around sports enough. I think confidence breeds winning, and we certainly have that right now. But I think that all starts at the beginning when those kids were winning at home. Now we go on the road. We've taken care of home for the most part. We lost 1 at home, but we also won 1 on the road, so we're in a good spot there. So if we can just finish the same way, we'll be in a great situation.
Thank you, sir. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Mike.
Kaitlyn Zelhart and the ladies victorious over Alabama State in a non-conference outing here on Tuesday night at Pete Matthews Coliseum. All right, the season to this point, smile. You got to like the way for the most part, you've played this season and what you've been able to accomplish to this point in the year.
Yeah, we've won some pretty tough matches, but we've also given away a few that we really need. This weekend will definitely be very important. Playing Murray, they're the #1 team, and they only have one loss. So, we'd really like to be that second, and just, we're just hoping other people lose, and we keep winning. So.
All right, your season, it's been a little bit different from the first 2 years in your career here. You were a hitter, and now all of a sudden you turn it into a setter. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been a middle for my whole entire life, and then I've always wanted to be a setter, just jokingly at practice. I'm like, oh, I want to set, whatever. But, we had some issues, and I became the backup setter. It's definitely different. It's definitely a new experience, but I like it. Like I said, I've always wanted to be one, and it's definitely given me a new perspective of the game that you don't get when you're a hitter. So.
One of the differences, I guess, is the setter. You're so more or less the quarterback out there on the floor, so you've got to know where everybody's at, I'm assuming, and know where everybody's going, I guess, during the play, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more control. I mean, I don't do serve receive, but it's a lot more knowing, where the blockers are on the other side, who's the big blocker, where to set the ball away from them. And I feel like, having me on the sidelines helps Jen sometimes too, seeing on the court. But, yeah, it's very strategic. It's a lot more than just setting random people, that's for sure.
So when you're not on the floor, instead of just looking around, you pay a little bit more attention to what's going on, right?
Yeah, she's a freshman. She's doing fantastic. So she's improving every single day. And but yeah, sometimes, when I see things that she might not see, I try to, help her out and, lend her a hand, as what I do with everyone on the court that, I see anything. But
you don't want to talk about the Bears, probably, do you?
No.
An Illinois girl who's a Bears fan. Had been a very good year for your Bears. So, as I recall, this is sort of like home for you being here at Jacksonville, correct?
Yeah, it's definitely a change with Terry, new coach and everything. But, yeah, I've been here for 3 years, and, I've made awesome friends. I have awesome teammates, and, I know a lot more people than just the volleyball team. So, I've made a lot of friends around here, and, I enjoy. It's a lot easier to be away from home now. I mean, obviously I get homesick, but, it becomes normal after a while.
This season, a little different than the first two in the fact that here we are in the second half of the season, and you got a chance, if you can beat Murray, I mean, you're right up there, and you got a chance maybe to go on and win the league.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It makes us want to work harder because we know that we do have a chance. It's just crazy and surreal that, we're doing so well, and it's all because of, the work ethic that us and, the girls have, and, our coaching staff is great, and it's crazy, and we want to work hard, and we want to get there. So
good luck this weekend on the road trip.
Thank you.
Kaitlyn Zelhart, Jacksonville State volleyball on the road this weekend. Friday night at Murray State, then Saturday afternoon the road trip continues at Austin Peay. That's a Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.